Hello everyone, it's Diane in the basement at Rose Haven. Let me just flip you just a tad up here. Here we go. Trying a new angle and see, because there's stuff I want to show you from the table, and yeah, so I'm just trying this out. So let's see if you guys like it or not. We are in December. Class-wise, we're busy. I do have my sexy voice on today, which, yeah, I'm using it right now because I got a bit of a cold. No COVID, touch wood, but yeah, it seems everybody's got a cold these days, but I'm all good. It's just the voice that, you know, comes and goes and comes and goes, so that's why I'm saying I've got a sexy voice. New for classes wise, this coming Thursday and this coming Sunday, like in a week from now, we will have class. And then I'm stopping for the period of Christmas, travel, going back home to Nightshift in Quebec, seeing everybody. And then we have a get together with some of Martin's old studying buddies from university. So classes will resume on the Sunday, January 8th. So it's going to be sort of a nice break. And at the same time, I'll be able to, there's stuff I did not bring because there's always things on my needles and more than one. But I wanted to talk to you about different things, and let's dive right in. So I did talk to you guys about the Spincycle. That's a yarn. It's beautifully wind up, and this is what it looks like. So the Spincycle is they're using a base color and then introducing another color at the same time. And it's a very tiny baby skein. And to make the shift, so the one that is in a triangular shape, you only need 3 of these, but one of these is $45. So it becomes to be a very expensive garment. And I was lucky enough to receive the wool last year. So I knitted myself one. And since then, I've been talking to Leslie that, oh, you need to get the Spincycle in and blah, blah, blah. But there's a waiting list and we cannot get the Spincycle. But when Leslie went to Rhinebeck, she was, came upon a new yarn, well, new for us because we did not know about it. Oh, I left it upstairs. So I've got the leftover of the cowl that I did, and I did show it to you the other time, but I made a cowl with, it's called Helix is the brand name. And see, the dog got the label. Yeah, I've got a cute puppy. And but the skeins are humongous compared to the Spincycle. The price is lower. It's going to be $42 per skein, but you can make 2 of the cowls. They're a tiny bit bigger, and I'll show you because I brought another one that I did without the Spincycle. But yeah, so it's very, very pale green coming to different type of greens. And if you go on the website, Leslie's got them all on. It's a very nice to knit with, and it's too bad that I did not take it from upstairs. But size-wise, because you're seeing the wool is spun tighter, this is considered as a sport, and this one is considered as a DK. But you're knowing that sport is just a tiny bit smaller than a DK. And this one I did in DK with the Acadia. So you don't have to use the Spincycle. In the fall, anyway, we did the Douglas sweater, the Douglas cardigan. It was like the grandpa cardigan, and we used the Acadia, and that wool is so soft. And I had leftover, like the yellow is leftover from Biscotte, and it was Madame B that I used when I did the Comfort Fade from Andrea Mary. So this is all left over. And again, I wanted to compare size-wise with the DK. And so see, there's just like not even a finger width more. And at the bottom, it just ends up to be a touch more longer with the DK. But the width is the same. So it just a bit longer, but as nice to wear, right? So this is the shift from Andrew Maramy. So again, Helix, you can make 2 of these babies, and you can interchange. Like the one that's upstairs, I used a lot of the background color being the green one, but it would have been pretty to have this. This is Gnome Garden color, and yeah. So with the leftover, I have not decided if I'm going to do another shift or if I'm going to do, because she has a hat. I don't remember the name of it, but it's you know, to complement in the same same family as the shift and the night shift. Night shift, you've seen mine many times, and I did have a request from my sister-in-law, and he's done. So he's done, and he's been blocked, and I always love to block before putting my ends in. And the reason why is if I need to stretch it, well, I've got room for those tails to go somewhere. So I do block it before getting the ends in. Hello. I'm just going to finish my live. So this night shift is done. The wool, and I don't know if you see all the sparkles. Oh yeah, you do. So this wool is hand spun in the county. I don't remember her name, but I can add it on later if any one of you wants to know. And I bought that wool actually around this time of year last year. It was, you know, like sort of the busy hands and stuff like that. And she was spinning wool, and she had that one with the glitter. And I thought that was special, and that I would use it someday somewhere. And yeah, and I finished it. So in here, the picot are the one with the sparkles, and here it's the background colors got the sparkles. Yeah, so night shift can be worn as a shawl, can be worn as a big scarf. Yeah, love it. So this one's going, well, as a Christmas gift, but she knows about it because she asked for it. So I'm going to tilt you. Christmas time for me is always sort of a fun portion because I can order different advent calendar. And so this year I got the one from Biscuit. Love the quality of the yarn. Funny enough, into the gnome, I did cheat, and I opened the whole Biscuit box like within a day because I can, because I bought it and I can, and I love it. And this year it was fabulous. There was 5 patterns. It was different the way that they packaged it, because in the previous year, when you opened door number 1, you knew the pattern, you could cast on, and you know, you're knitting, and then you get other stuff. This year's completely different. The first pattern is going to be given to us on the 11th of December, and that's what made me decide to open the whole thing in one go. Because when you open door number 1, you need to wait until December 11 before you know where the yarn is going and stuff like that. So I was a rebel, and I did it, and I admit it, but I still love it. Like, don't get me wrong. The other thing that I got that was new for me is from Cozy Knitter in Calgary. And it's in, oh, that's right. The word will be upside down for you guys. But so it's an Advent stripe skein. And so her name is Christina, and she's the owner of the Cozy Knitter. She dyes her own yarn. And what she does is she prepares you 250 grams, and she puts it in this bag, and the bag says no peeking. And so while I was waiting, because I did wait, and I did start only on December 1st, so I've got to admit that. But the day before, I did roll them up because they come into an S like this, right? So I just got them all wind up. And what it does is every day you knit a stripe. So the ball will have 24 stripes. So we're December 4th, and I'm 4 stripe in. One of the thing that somebody was mentioning was if you do the cuff, the heel, and the toe in a solid color, well, you'll have probably enough for 2 pair of socks. And that's what I'm doing. And the reason too is this first pair is going to my sister, and she wants short legs. So it's going to be, usually it's 24 rows that I do after the cuff. So like tomorrow, there's one more section of color, and then I'm going to go into the heel. So for sure, I'm going to have enough to do 2 pairs. So this is the cake once they're rolled up, and they do match up perfectly, right? And yeah, so I'm doing 2 socks at a time, and it's about 5 rows per day. So it's not a big quantity of knitting, but it's kind of cute to see what's coming up. So that's from the Cozy Knitter. That's a keeper for sure. That's something I'm going to do every year. I did get a skein for Marie-Pierre, my daughter-in-law. She knits also. And yeah, the other fun thing that I ordered is from Les Garçons. Les Garçons is the sweater that I showed you. And I've got another one on the go right now. I was a busy girl this week. So this is called the Beauceron. And funny enough, it's the same stitch that we are seeing into the shift and the Nightshift. He's not doing the, I call it picot, and it's not picot, but so this is a 2 picot, this is a 1 picot, and that's what we're using for the sweater, is the 1 picot. 2 different colors. Very nice. Yeah, so this one is the second one, and it goes faster. Each time you're doing a pattern a second time, it's always going faster. Really well written. And he's got nice, just little, I don't know if you guys can see it, but he makes us knit this every second row. So it makes a nice line on the top of shoulder, and the line will be there continuing on the side of the body, and then the lower portion is going to be solid color, and for this one the solid color will be the blue. So that's from Les Garçons, and if you go on the website of the store, there's another one, it's called Single Malt, and it's his partner. So this one is designed by Vincent, and the Single Malt is designed by Max. And again, beautiful stuff. Max was a cartoonist, and he did draw a series for Radio-Canada. So yeah, so everything is really good to the eye. Like they've got, the patterns are different too, like the way that they construct everything. It's, yeah, well worth it. So this is the box. I've got a total blank right now. Holiday with the Yetis. Thank you. Thank God for him to put it on there. So it was expensive, I've got to admit. And so the box arrives at home. On the 14th of December, I will get the pattern, okay? So, and I did, I did write it on the box that the 14th. So this is on my shelf, and I'm not touching it until the 14th, but I've got to admit, I opened number 1. I'll show you what it looks like inside. So well packaged. Okay, so I did break the seal, and when I opened it up, it's like a postcard, the size of the postcard, and it's telling you Happy Holidays from the Garçons, and it's a mystery box, and there's 12 wrapped presents, and I can open them one at a time starting December 14th until December 25. So I had to open number 1 just because when I purchased it, and this is a thing that is like, oh, am I going to do it? I'm not going to do it. I don't know what the pattern is. I don't know if it's a scarf, a hat, if it's a, I don't have a clue. So it's always, you know, like, ooh, do I want to spend the money? But yeah, see how excited, and I haven't even started. But number one I opened, I kept the number one to show to you, and then I unwrapped it. And that's one thing that les garçons do, is they put keeper markers. Those one have a claw, like a lobster claw to open. So number one is the skein, and that's one tip they told us, is in this drawing, that's the color we will work with. And see, it's one of the greens that we see in there. But the progress keeper, that's what I was looking for. Aren't they cute? So again, in the drawing, there is a candy cane and there is a little tree. So they designed this and they draw them. So the other thing, and I did not open it, but it's at the bottom of the box and there's no numbers on it. It's going to be the bag to keep everything in. So again, it's from Les Garçons. That's the Yeti. And the rest did not open. Swear. Look. They're all numbers. And yeah, can't wait to start this. This is going to be fun. And by the time I get to it, you know, like it's in 2 weeks from now. But I'll bring it back in January so you guys can see what was in it and what it was supposed to be. Okay, I showed you this song. At the end of this video, I'll talk to you guys about the mystery gnome. So if you're part of the mystery gnome, I'll give you a heads up so you can either turn me off or don't listen or don't look. Totally up to you, because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. This is the floral shawl that I've started. I've just stopped because the portion that I'm at right now is a crochet portion. So again, if you go on the website, this is sort of the perfect wedding between knitting and crocheting. 3 colors of yarn. So we have this blue, this sort of copper, and then there's a green right here. So there's different type of pattern stitch, but at this portion now, this is where we're switching to crochet. So as you know, I love to do things with the student, and so I'm waiting for the student to be ready, so I'll be able to do it with her at that time. Okay, talk to you a bit of everything. When I unpack the box of, I didn't bring it. Oh man, that's funny. I wanted to show you. Oh, I did bring it. I fooled you, didn't I? When I told you about the biscuit that I opened up. So again, if you're part of a biscuit calendar you don't want to see, turn me off. And for the people that are doing the mystery gnome Sarashira, turn me off if you don't want to have any spoilers. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's for the whole month of December. So cute. Every morning, the first thing is I get my coffee and then I refresh my page of Ravelry to see if Sarah put it on, because every day she gives us a clue. So on a Monday, before you start, you do get sort of a pre-cal. And this year she told us you need 5 colors. One of them can be the beard or not, so you can have 5 and then the color for the beard. But we don't know if she's gonna have a beard, because we know it's a lady, because her name is Nova with a G for gnome. And yeah, so funny enough, I picked my colors and some of them are from my biscuit box, so that's why I did not want to spoil anything. If somebody 1 2 3 4, what's the other one that I put in there? No, 5, the cream, oh, it's this one, and the chocolate. I'm missing one right there, but so this is, funny enough, these 3 are from my biscuit box, but because I opened it and I saw the pattern, I know I'm not gonna make it. It's a shawl and it's a sort of a honeycomb, which I'm wearing this one, so I know I'm not gonna make it. But the yarn is beautiful. It's got yak, it's got mohair, like it's so soft, and I'm addicted to gnomes, so I'm gonna put them in my gnomes. And when I knitted because you've got the clue and you've deciding from the 5 colors which one is C1, C2, and then it was a scarf. So Monday was a scarf to knit, and when I finished it, I said to my husband, "Do you remember when we were kids? There were ice cream. It was like Napolitan or something like that, but it was like chocolate and then pink and then the white." And he said, "Yeah." And then he said, "I think too that they have the green for the mint." So it totally looks like ice cream. But I always make 2. And that's the thing though. Since I've seen what it's going to be, then I just chose different colors. So this one will go to, well, I don't know, maybe Veronique will pick the ice cream. So that's the other one with, again, leftovers. So I took a dark blue. I took this guy. Oh, yeah, this is going to be the favorite. It's totally going with this one. Because she says you need to have sort of one favorite, and that's going to be your main color. And I did put the green into this one. So anyway, so on day 2, because it's a mystery knit along, it was a story. Those are the days that once I open the computer, it's like, oh, it's cute. It's really cute. And she does put in a lot of, oh, I didn't bring it. But yeah, she does have sort of a display, and she's got the other gnomes, like it's a story that she's creating. And on day 3, which was yesterday, so again, this is my ice cream colors. So it's a hat, and we know that we are going to tie. So I could tie this because she does say in the instruction with the I cord, just make a knot at the top. So he's going to be, but funny enough, I did bring this one that I'm doing the 1 picot, and I'm showing you the shift that got the 1 picot, the 2 picot. Can you believe? The mystery gnome, it's the 2 picot. It was everywhere this December. Isn't that funny? So I've got, yeah, again, I'm making 2. So this is the second gnome. And if this talks to you, if you want to get into the crazy wagon of the gnomes, go right ahead, because you haven't missed a lot, because there's only 2 clues that are out for the knitting. Still don't know what it's going to be, because there's until December 25, right? So there's many clues to come. On that note, this is probably my last video. We'll see next Sunday if my voice is back and if I have time. But if I don't see you again, I'm going to wish you right now a very Merry Christmas. And if not, I'll do it again next week. On that note, see you guys. It was nice seeing you. And I'll talk to you pretty soon. Bye-bye.